Hello everybody, my name is Trey Schaefer at Russians Entertainment, and today I'll be teaching you how to animate in Blender for beginners in 2023. Now, what we have here is Trend, our character that we develop here, and I'm going to teach you how to animate basically with him. So you don't need this setup that I have for him. As you can see, there's all these like cubes and kind of looking like with this character, and this is a add-on I got for my character for better animation. It's called AutoRig Pro. Now you don't really need this for this tutorial, but if you want it, I'll leave a link in the description below for it. But basically there are tutorials how to copy what I'm about to do in this animation tutorial. So you can basically look up how to rig your character in the same way with this. If you look up other tutorials, you can. So yeah, but basically let's just show you how to animate with him. Now with this actual add-on, I can move his arms with just one like swoop, and it's actually better if I went in this form. It's much faster. So I can pose him a little bit more faster for animation. So here we go. If we just pose him right here, actually if we go in the animations tab a little bit here and just do that instead, this will be a little bit better. And then we can view our character here, where we just move him around. All right, perfect. All right. So now we kind of have this set. We can actually have this set here, hang on. I like to change this view because it's much better. Yeah, that's better. I just like that better. It's not like harsh with lighting, but you don't need to do that. You can do whatever you want. But sorry. So what you want to do is first pose your character, and I'm just gonna pose him very simple. He doesn't need to be like really pose that much, we're just gonna pose him just simple, kind of like relaxed. You just want that nice relaxed look for him, so we're just gonna like bend the knees a little bit, kind of like go in the pelvis area right here, just like relax. Like if you're just standing, if you're just standing and talking to someone, you're just not like stiff. Like you want to be relaxed. So that's the first key in character animation. You just want to relax your character because your character is always like stiff. So alright, so let's just get that going here. Relax the elbows. Actually relax his shoulders a little bit. Just a little bit. And kind of relax his spine because he's also like standing up straight. So we just do this a little bit. Yeah. Release. And maybe he's a little relaxed into the knees a little bit. So we just, that's the wrong one I wanted. Is this control? Yeah, there we go. He's a little relaxed in the knees a little bit, so we're just going to leave it like that. And I'm going to affect the arms. If you have mirror, pose activated, and you can do that. Now, next we're going to do is keyframe the animation. So now we're just going to select all, press A, and press I, location rotation, and just select that. Now that's going to bring our keyframes. Everything is keyframed to that. So wherever we do, it would just stay like that forever. Now, we're just going to move this to 1 because, it starts at 0, but, whatever. But I'm going to teach you how to get that smooth animation. Sometimes you don't want that animation that's just like this because you're probably running in if you try animation, you just kind of get like that. And it just kind of does its own thing, right? You kind of get that. So it's like, how do you make it more natural? So it's kind of not natural at the same time, but, it looks a little bit better. And I picked this up from like a stop motion term. So let's just say we're going to move his arm out. So instead of like keyframing his arm, let's just turn this off right here. If we just keyframe his arm to go like this, right? And we just say, we just do this, right? You don't want the animation to just go like this. So if we just play it out, let's see what it looks like. Yeah, you don't want it just like that, right? And like, for instance, let's just say you move it again like here, like you want to move it in a different spot that's not going in the same direction it was going before. So let's just try doing this. So then you get this look. This is what I was trying to say earlier. You see, you kind of get that, and I'm like, that just looks a little bit inhuman. Even he's not a human, he still has human like a physique, so human traits. So how do we not make it like that? Well, first we're just gonna delete. Let's just select all. We're just gonna delete these ones right here. Sorry, my microphone's only on my keyboard, so all right. So let's try making his arm a little bit more natural. So let's try doing that again. I like to do a nice 10 to 12 frames per second. Just, and also that's another thing. Make sure your frames per second is different too. That also determines on how the animation is. I like this one, 29.97 frames per second. It's close to 30, but that's like what our camera quality is like if you're doing like 1920 by 1080. So that's like our frames per second on normal video. So when you do this, let's just do that. And I like to choose 12 sometimes. It just depends on what animation flow. But if you want to just like nice gesture, I think this is good. So we have that. Now we're going to do this little trick I like to call. It's kind of like easing in and easing out. So you start big, but then you kind of ease in a little bit. So then you want to move the arm in the same direction, but kind of a little bit, not too much. You kind of want to move it like just a smidgen, a little bit, just not so much. And you kind of have to zoom in for, you know, depth. But then when you see it, and I'm gonna actually turn this view to this so you can see it a little bit better, is when we play the animation, it kind of has this. And actually, you know what, if we actually expand this out a little bit, we expand it, it kind of looks like, it looks more natural. So I'm actually going to we're gonna do this so you can see it better. Actually, you can move this character here so you can see what I'm talking about. So if we play the animation, it kind of looks natural. So I'm going to put it in replay. So way better for us. Actually, look at that. So 35, let's say that. All right. Boom. All right. So now we're going to now let's try that. You see that? It looks more like it stops itself. Like it looks like he's like, oh, I'm going to give you a handshake. And he just like stops right there. So it looks more fluid with animation, and this actually works for any type of animation that you're trying to do with the character. So let's just put this back on. This will hide everything. It's a good trick if you didn't know that. Let's just say you want to move his hand, like he's making like a, like, hey, nice to meet you. So like for instance, let's try doing this with a big this right here. And select out. I like to select all with doing this because, you know, I don't do individual keyframes and I will edit them. I'm a weird guy with animating. I know there's some pros that do a whole different thing, but this is the basics of animation. So this is a great starter for you guys. So now he's doing this. Right? And we're going to move the head, rotate the head a little bit, just a little bit, not too much. We're just going to move it just a little bit. Just a little bit, and just a little bit here. That's all you want to do. You don't want to. Sometimes there can even a little bit be too much. You got to go like centimeter smaller, and that's how you can get that smooth animation or more fluid. Or I call it smooth animation. I don't know what the name for it is. It just looks less lazy. It just looks less lazy. It looks like there's more thought, even there's not really a lot of thought that goes into it. It's kind of like mid type stuff. So let's try to see how that looks right there. Oh, yeah, that looks pretty good. He looks like he's like, hey, what's up? I'm going to give you a handshake. So, nice to meet you. So, yeah, that's just basically it with animation. It's that simple. With that nice, just that nice, simple animation that doesn't just look so, because, sorry, I'm just saying where I'm sorry. It just looks normal. It looks normal like if he's going to give you a handshake. So, that's how you just do that versus what I was showing you before, like, you have the animation, and then let's just say you go to a different thing, and you just go, and then just go to like it just does its own thing. Like it just does its own thing. Once I see a lot of animations like that, I'm like, I cringe. So yeah, if you want to, yeah, that's basically it. So if you want more tutorials on like that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And yeah, thank you for watching, and have a great day. Bye.